Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is toasted hazelnut, and it's 21 degrees out with snow flurries. Oh, see, March has turned into one of our worst months here in Ohio. This has been going on for a few years now. Used to be January and February. They were bad. March would start to kind of improve, but it seems like the months have moved up in the seasons. It stays warmer here longer in the fall, and it stays colder here longer in the winter. And then, of course, summer, we go from springtime, cold, rainy, to heat. So we get it all here. But anyway, needless to say, my plan is to stay home today. I want to do a little bit more cooking. Yesterday I made the soup. Turned out really well. And today I have some other produce I want to start cooking up so that it doesn't go to waste, and I'll have meals just to pull out of the fridge or freezer. Yes, it's a good thing to do on a cold winter's day. So I'll be very busy today cooking up my veggies. I have a couple of ideas for different meals. I don't want to cook them all into the same big meal, but we'll talk about that later. Cheers. Oh, that feels good this morning. Nice and hot and creamy. So I have to take care of my house plants today too. They need some water. Laundry's okay, but I still didn't do my kitchen table. Yes, I know. Oh boy. Anyway, I just can't see any reason to put things away and get them out constantly. So until a project is done, it sits there. Well, anyway, I'm going to enjoy my coffee for a while, then get busy with my morning, and I'll meet you at the budget book. Okay, it's that time again. So yesterday, I get a red X. My daughter went to Costco and asked me if I wanted anything, so I asked her to pick me up an extra bag of dog food, because I do like to keep a little bit extra on hand. You never know. You know, dog food shortage, cat food shortage for a long time. I don't know, those of you with cats, has that improved? I certainly hope so, because I know a lot of my friends out there, my YouTube friends, feed strays, the feral cats out in California. So I hope that situation has improved for you guys and for the kitties. I guess everybody heads to California if they don't have a home. People, pets, everybody. Well, anyway, like I said, I hope that situation has improved. So the bag of dog food, it's a 40-pound bag. I get it from Costco, obviously. And it's $37 now. When I first started buying it there, it was $27. So, you know, it's gone up quite a bit. Although I think Costco does try to keep the prices as low as possible. But, you know, oh, it is what it is. So anyway, one of my viewers was asking me how I've been improving from January till now. So here in January I spent money 14 days. Wah wah, that wasn't good. Here I spent money in February for 9 days. So better, could improve. And so far we're past the middle of March, and I've spent money now 5 days. I would not have spent money yesterday, but it's difficult for me to get to Costco and lug around a 40-pound bag. My daughter's still young and strong, so, she'll pick it up for me when she goes. So much better. I'm still going to work on no spend. I almost bought a couple things on Amazon yesterday, but I didn't. And speaking of which, I have a little trick I've been doing to myself. Well, I've been doing this actually for quite a while because I'm an avid Amazon shopper and I'm trying to break the habit. So what I've been doing is I'll put things into my cart. I'll leave it there for a few days unless it's a really, really good deal on something that I absolutely have to have. Then I'll buy it if it's on sale. But if it's not, I'll leave it in my cart for 2 or 3 days and think about it, and then I'll put it in my wish list. And there's a lot of things in my wish list. In fact, I just cleaned it out of things that I really, really wanted, and then the moment passed and I just deleted it from the wish list because it was things that I really didn't need and I really didn't want. It was just a hot moment that, oh, that would be great, I mean, you visualize your future self using this thing, and then later on, after you get it, it's like, well, I'm not really using it, and after a couple years, it ends up in the donation box. So that's a little trick I've been doing with myself. I have to play games with myself in order to not spend, because spending money is fun. I never got a big thrill out of saving money, but to me, spending it was fun. But it's not so fun anymore because that's another reason why I add the decluttering and the organizing, because it kind of hurts a little bit to let things go that you've spent good money on. So that's a little trick I do. And then one of my viewers yesterday, she said what she's been doing when she goes to the grocery store, she times herself and just goes through the store. She has a list and she goes through the store as quick as she can. She doesn't browse around. She just goes where she needs to go and gets her stuff, and then she leaves the store. So I thought that was a great tip too. So if any of you have any more tips, leave them in the comments below, because we can all use some tips, especially in this economy. So anyway, that was my week. I had 2 days of spend and 5 days of no spend. And I probably would even be doing better in March if it wasn't for the gardening season. If you garden, you have a time frame where if you want to start your seeds, you have to have the soil, you have to have the equipment, and since I'm starting something new this year with the winter sowing, I had to make that investment because I didn't have enough stuff here to do that. Now I have plenty of pots to plant in. I don't need any more of those, but I didn't have any containers. But I've been looking on YouTube, and if you're into gardening, look up winter sowing in baggies. So I'm going to give that a try, because the people that I watched that did that, they had really good results. And what you get is freezer bags, but with the zipper on the top, not the ones that just, close manually. And then you set that up. So I'm going to try that because I think it would be a whole lot cheaper than buying all these containers. And apparently the baggies, if they're not ripped or anything, are reusable. So anyway, I'll be doing that, and when I do, I'll demonstrate and show you guys what I learned. So all right, I'm going to drink my coffee and pay my bills and go on from there. Okay, one of my viewers asked me to share some information about my budget and my income and those sorts of things. Well, obviously, I'm not going to share my exact income because I feel that's a private matter. But I can share this much with you. This is in Ohio for one person. Okay, the median income is $61,938. Low income, the bracket I fall into, and believe me, it's on the lower end. So this is probably around my income, maybe a little less. But all the way up to $48,350. Very low income is $18,150. I'm not in that category. Poverty, of course, is $13,590. I'm not in that category either. So I'm in the low income category because consistently since I retired, I've been right around this income level. Now I know some of you live on much less than that, some of you live on more, and I don't know what the particulars are for your state, but this is for Ohio, one person. Now low income here is considered to be 50% or less of the area median income. So if you want to find out what the low income qualifications are for your area, look it up on Google. There's information on there. So I'll share some of my bills with you guys. Obviously the water, gas, electric, some of them fluctuate and some of them remain the same. So all right, I thought I'd talk about that a little bit, and then we'll move along to some of my bills that I pay monthly, and we'll go on from there. Okay, so here is my budget sheet. And here it is in its entirety. I hope I have that on there. But sometimes it's a little hard to get everything on the film that you want. So up here, I always, of course, put the month. The beginning balance is the balance that I owe on any credit cards that I have outstanding debt on. So these are the cards I have. I have a credit union card, an Amazon card, Costco, Home Depot, PayPal, and my car. So I pay, I'm not going to share my debt with you. That again to me is private. But I have a Home Depot bill that I still owe on my washing machine. So I pay $100 a month on that. So I can actually put that in here. So I just write in here what my monthly payment towards that is. So I always pay $100 on that because I want to pay that off by the end of the no finance charge. Now my car payment is always the same. It's $361.56. And as of last month, I owe about $8,000 on that yet. Now I paid out the door $18,000 for that, so I think I have 2 more years left on the payments. So that is the same every month, and this is the same every month. These vary depending on what I purchase, the PayPal, Costco, Amazon, and the credit union. So, but these I consistently pay every month. Then over here, I put the balance from the previous month, and then at the end of the month, I total up how much I still owe. So I can see a reduction from the beginning balance to what I still owe, and that's very motivating. So I do that every month, and I can see the progress I've made. And this also keeps me from doing a lot of credit charges. This is my nemesis right here because it's so easy. Costco goes up and down depending on what I need. Sometimes if I have the cash available in my debit card, I'll do that. If I don't and I need things like dog food or whatever that I have to have, I'll put it on my Costco card. So that fluctuates. PayPal fluctuates. Some of my TV apps come out of PayPal automatically. So, and then if I purchase something through PayPal, of course, that goes up and down. So that is how I track my debt, how much I pay, and the balance of what I owe. So most of the time, if I have something on here, I'll pay $250 on that. The Amazon, I try and pay between $100 and $200 on that. We'll say $200. Costco, if I owe a balance, I usually pay $100. If it's more than that, then let's say I owe $250, then I'll pay it over a couple of months. Same with PayPal. I pay between $100 and $150. We'll say $150. So these are, I include my car in my debt. So these are normally what I pay if I have a balance on any of these credit cards. And then at the end of the month, I total that up, how much I paid out, and of course I total the balance of how much I still owe. So this way I can keep track of how much goes out of my money every month to debt repayment. Okay, going on to, these are my monthly bills. I have an association fee. This one is paid monthly. That's always $148. The Master Association comes quarterly, and that's usually around, I think it's $120 now. So I don't pay that every month, I pay that quarterly. My health insurance, I go through United Healthcare. It's my supplemental, and it's always the same, except it does change when they up the rate. So currently it's $247.34. My property taxes, they're the same at least for the next 6 months. And they're $351. I pay those monthly. I don't like a big bill, so I've been paying my property taxes monthly ever since I bought this house. It just comes right out of my account. Water, of course, fluctuates. Electric fluctuates. Gas. So, let's see, in February, my water bill was $16.44. My electric bill was $143.77, and my gas bill was $155.81. So that was the cost on that. My Cox bill is usually the same, and that is around $100. My phone bill, I pay for my phone and my mom's, and that's $60 a month. The sewer bill in February was $28.96. So these things will fluctuate every month. So what I do then at the end of the month, I add up the total, and then I know what I've spent for the month on my bills and also on my credit card payments. And so it varies. All right, and then I have my internet apps. Netflix is usually $21.59 unless they've raised it. I haven't checked for the month, but I'll put that for now. Hulu, I have that too, so it's $16.19. Now I know Roku, it has gone up, but in February it was $9.71, and I haven't checked that monthly yet for this month. But the CBS and AMC Plus comes along with my Roku, so that's actually one bill. And then Walmart comes right out of my checking account. That's a membership, and that's $13.99. So that's pretty much my monthly bills. Now my income, I write this down over here, and I usually put that in a green pencil because it's money. So whatever I get in, let's say I get in $120 from YouTube AdSense, YouTube revenue. If you guys watch my ads, I get more if you watch the ads. If you don't watch the ads, obviously I don't get as much. So that's kind of important. But, you know, any Social Security goes here. Any investments that I've made in the past, they will go in here. I do have a small annuity that comes in. So between the Social Security and the annuity is always the same, the Social Security is always the same. So that is the income that I have for the month. So that's how I set up my budget, and I try and keep this up to date as I pay my bills. I record them in here, and as I pay off this, whatever I owe, these are the numbers that I like to pay. If I pay off Home Depot in, let's say, 6 months, that payment will go to pay whatever monthly payment that I have to have. So I'll up the payment on one of these other things. So anyway, that's my budget. That's how I work it. And I hope this is helpful to some of you if you need to set up a budget. I'm going to put a picture of this budget sheet that I made here in the video, and you can screenshot it, and if it's something that might be helpful to you. But it's easy to set one up. I just put it on notebook paper, you know, the lined ones that you used to use in school, and I just divided it for whatever, you know, your needs are. But I track everything that I spend in a month on this sheet. So here's a picture of my budget sheet, if that might be helpful to you, but yours will be specific to your own situation. You can take a screenshot if that's helpful at all. Okay, here is my frugal lunch brunch for today. Some of my homemade pickles, and that's cucumbers, carrots, peppers, onions. Some of the soup I made yesterday has veggies and beans, and I put some Madras lentils in there from my stash. Made a really good soup. And my homemade sourdough bread with some vegan lunch meat, some American cheese, one of the pickles, lettuce, some mayo must. So very low cost lunch brunch. The rest of my coffee. So saving money on food. Cook at home and make your own. I hope my budget was helpful to you. If you also live on a low income, of course, you're going to have to adjust it to, whatever your needs are. But I tried to think of everything when I set this up. I started it mid-January, and so far, so good. I really, it's simple. It doesn't take a lot of time. If you do it daily as you pay your bills, or as you spend, if you record that daily, it's no work at all. I wouldn't recommend waiting till you do it once or twice a month, because then you're going to become overwhelmed with it and you're going to say, this is too much work. So take the extra 5 minutes every day where you spend or where you get a bill and enter it into your logbook. It'll be very helpful to you. You'll see your spending patterns, where you go off the rails, what you're doing well with, and this is the main reason why I do the check sheet, the check and the X's. It kind of keeps me focused every day. So, okay, enough about the budget. Change in plans today. I got a text from my daughter this morning. She's having a little dinner party at her house, and usually when I go to her house, because they're all meat eaters, and her husband loves to make beef briskets. And from what I hear, they're excellent. Everybody just raves about. He's a very good cook. So is my daughter. They're both very good cooks. So, but, everybody just raves about the food all the time. So she usually makes something that I can eat too, some of the sides. But usually what I do is I'll take over a burger patty or, something in to substitute for the meat. And I'm fine with that, and she's fine with that. So anyway, that's the change in plan for today. So I'm not going to really do any cooking. The produce I have can wait until tomorrow or even a couple days, because it's not like it's going terribly bad. So I can do that anytime. And I still have plenty of soup. I have enough for probably 3 more servings. And it was very tasty. And what I did was I made a vegetable soup. I used whatever bouillon flavor you want as the broth. And then towards the end of the cook time, when all the veggies were cooked, I put potatoes, celery, onion, carrots, I think that was it. I think that's what I had on hand. I cooked those in my little Instant Pot, and when the soup was done, I added a bag of Madras lentils that I really enjoy eating. I like putting those over hot dogs, of course vegetarian, and in lieu of like a chili dog, because it has a chili-like taste. It contains lentils and beans, and it's really delicious. You can get it at Costco. I think there's 8, maybe. I'm not sure, in the box. And it's just, you stick it in the microwave for a minute and you can eat it right out of the pouch. Comes in pouches. But you can get that at Costco. Used to be around $10. I don't know what it is now. I haven't bought it in a while. But I've had it in my stash. I want to use this particular one up and get another one to replace it when I have the funds and the next time I go to Costco. So anyway, I put a pouch of that in with my soup because it contains tomatoes and coconut milk, and it was really very good. And then I also added a 1/4 cup of TVP, just straight TVP in there. If for those of you that don't know what that is, it's textured vegetable protein. It's basically a dried soy product. So it's fairly inexpensive, and you don't need a whole lot of it. So adding some extra protein, that and the lentils and the beans. You know who that is, right? You haven't made an appearance in a while, buddy. Have you? Yes. Did you eat your food? You had brunch too? Yeah? Did you have brunch? Oh, you're my good boy, aren't you? Yep. Snort, snort, snort. Oh. Okay. Say hello to the people. I know. I know. You like when I talk to you, huh? Yes, we have nice conversations. We understand each other. Okay, well, he loves to come and cuddle. So anyway, I forgot where I was. Oh, the soup. So the TVP I added for a little extra protein. I stuck about a couple tablespoons of nutritional yeast in there, which is rich in vitamin B. So I put that in there, and it was really tasty. So just using up what I have, making a very inexpensive soup. I had all the veggies, I had the lentils, I had the TVP, and I had the nutritional yeast. So I put it all together and made a soup. Oh, cabbage. I put some cabbage in there. I had bought a little head of cabbage, about 2.5 weeks ago. Whenever it was, I did my monthly shop. And I also made some coleslaw that I haven't eaten yet. So I figured I could use that on sandwiches or eat it as a side with sandwiches or whatever. So using up the produce, I still have half a head of cabbage left. I have a few carrots. I still have some celery. And if you're getting to the end of your produce life, think about if you have a juicer, you can juice all that stuff, or chop it up, make yourself a mirepoix, which is carrots, celery, and peppers, and cut it up, and then all you have to do is saute that, take a little bit out. What I do is I freeze it in a baggie in a single layer, so it's not in a clump. And then all I have to do is break some of it off as much as I want, and I can saute it and add it to whatever dish I'm making. So another thing you can do is dehydrate your veggies. You can dehydrate celery and carrots, and you can even make, prepare like in soup size pieces and then add it to your soup. So all kinds of things. Don't let your produce go to waste. And last case scenario, if it does go bad, make yourself a little composter. If you don't have a yard, you can compost in your kitchen. Just get a bucket with a lid, and you can even get some bokashi substrate, which is kind of expensive, but you don't need a whole lot of it. But, if you're not into composting, look that up. But even your houseplants will like the compost from that, because it's all nutrition. So, okay, my friends, I'm going to let you go do a few things, get ready to go to my daughter's, and that's all I have for you today. All right, I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. Cheers. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.